Hi everyone, we are now going to talk about data science. So before starting into data science, we will see what will happen and how the big data is getting generated across the world and what will happen in 1 minute of time across the globe. So this is what happens. This much gigs of data will be generated in a minute. So many, or say that is 639 thousands of GB across the globe. So who are contributing to this much huge data? So YouTube is giving 30 hours of videos uploaded every minute and 1.3 million views, 6 million Facebook views. Google is contributing more than 2 million queries. So it is very staggering, huge data. How the future growth of this is also staggering, very high speed it is going. So with this much gigs of data is generating across the globe, so we have to find some tools to handle this and also some insights into once we store and process the data. So that is where the big data and data science comes into picture. Let's go into it more. Okay, so in actually if we see who is generating more data in a minute is everyone, including Skype, music, online videos, blogs, emails, Facebook, Firefox. Everyone is generating huge data. So even a simple things like tweets are huge data. So for that sake, so where is my data? So where right now how much data is there already? So from 2012 to 15 last year, how much data growth happened? If you can see, is almost three times. It's almost three times. It is marvelous progress. The how the world is going on. This year it's more than 10 zettabytes of data. You know zettabyte. It is more than it's exabytes, petabytes, hexabyte, and there yottabytes and zettabytes. So it is very staggering amount of data across the globe. So in this, so much data is millions of billions, trillions of records across the thing. So how this particular problem is going to be resolved? Big data problem across the networks, images, videos, everything, everything. So for this, we have set of technologies using analytics. So this much huge data is okay. Are we really getting the value out of it? We should get some value out of it, right? So that is where the big data tools comes into picture and analyzing that big data and predicting about the future. So these things we can do on big data. So to create value, we have to analyze the data. So we will store and process and analyze the data using data science. So what we can do with big data? So simply we can explore, we can see 360-degree view, a full view because whole data is there, entire years of data. So this is the thing. And what else we can do? Augmenting the data warehouse, monitoring cyber security, operational analysis, and so many things. So data scientist, and at this juncture we will define. So to get insights into the big data, what is getting generated, we need a data scientist to look into it. That is how the data scientist became the 60th job of the 21st century. The only reason is there is a huge opportunity to get insights into the data is getting generated this much. So why we need data scientists at all is here is the thing needed. So there is human expertise is required to analyze the huge data and also get insights into it and take some actionable items on top of it. So the future of the data belongs to data scientist. Okay, so that is how the data scientist became the sexiest job in the 21st century. We never heard about any tech job becoming this much hot. So if we see some of the opinions about data scientists, here is a Fortune, McKinsey, and Google. Everyone talked about it in very positive way. So if we see here Fortune's view, the unemployment rate in US is very high, but tech world, especially big data and data scientist, is very high skilled and in very high demand. So whatever may happen to the tech world, remaining things, but this particular job is going to rock. And what McKinsey told about this, by 2018, there will be a shortage of almost zero point 0.2 million people. There is shortage of zero point 0.2 million people who can become a shortage of data scientists. So deep analytical skills as well as programming skills are required for this. And 1.5 million managers with analytical skills also required to get insights into big data and analyze the things and take the effective decisions. So it became ubiquitous and unanimously everybody is agreeing on that about the particular thing, right? So how the growth of job market is there? Job trend, if you see from uh, 2010 to until now, job growth for big data is very huge, and especially for analytics, it is a large spike from 11 to 12 and 13, 14. So it is a spike, sudden spike in the jobs. And in the same way, analytics and data science also growth is very staggering. If you see from 2008 onwards, the growth until that time growth is normal, and a sudden spoke there in 2010 came, and it is growing like anything. So that's why predictive analytics and data scientists roles becoming hard because of the shortage of analytical skills and the data insights. Who gonna do this? So with good skills in each and every area of analysis. Okay. So with this much buzz, now we will see who who is this data scientist really, and what is required to become one. So everybody wanna be one if it because it's so hot, right? So now we'll see how we can be one among them. Okay. So we'll catch up with the buzz of analytics industry as data scientist. Yeah. So big data and data science is almost inseparable, and we have to define the data science and who is doing that, what is it, where and how. So this is a new cool kid on the campus of industry. So what is data science and who are data scientists actually, right? So who? There should be some background in statistics, machine learning, research oriented mind, analytics, database knowledge, programming knowledge, or different verticals, domain knowledge, vertical knowledge, what not, what needed, what not needed. It's everybody get confused, right? Okay. So with this rising, so many books came on the same subject. So what is actually is, so there is a human face for the big data. It is not automated process or anything. That is the data scientist. And we can get analytics into anything. So number crunching is analytics, yes, and kind of going into the technology, is it data science, yes, and is it talking to the customer and getting the insights into his business, yes. So what actually it is? Okay, so what is past about data science and what is the future, right? We'll see that. So the traditional approach of analytics is this. So white coat PhD statistician they will take, and they will be very expensive. Okay, and traditional approach is this. They will take the PhDs and they will be trained, and then they will go into the industry. But this particular approach is very expensive. So what is the alternative approach is, so the data modeling is now nearer to the database. So the designing with this some of the database and analytical skills whoever has, and train them with the data science, and that will they will become good data scientists too. So the extremely PhD students may not fill all the jobs which is dearth of this much shortage of the people. So with statistical knowledge and database knowledge, if you train them, we can make use of this particular technology and data science opportunity. So hands-on experience is extremely valuable. So whether it is doing it in warehouse and analytics, business analysis, and all those, and already do who are there in the statistical background, those are most welcome. So with this, I'm going into what is actually data science is. The most interesting question, right? So what is it? So if you see here, it is mix of everything. So it is master of one thing and jack of all trades. What are the trades differently? So that is mainly data analysis, data mining, operation research, machine learning, and statistics, visualizing, and database and data processing. So this is a cycle. So with the starts with the problem solving, business analysis, business strategy, domain knowledge, communications, and presentations, and there is an inquisitiveness to probe the things. This is all required as part of the data science. It's not a single thing. It's you have to know some of the things about all these things, whether it is visualization, which is a presenting the things to the customer, or knowledge about particular domain and communicating effectively and presenting it effectively and doing the problems solving in a much better way. This is all required for a data scientist. If you look at it, it is the intersection of all these things which makes good data scientist. So what are the actual characteristics to become a good data scientist? Are only these four. First thing is that inquisite curiosity to know more about certain thing. So that lead to knowing more, understanding more about the business and business problem. So the intellectual curiosity and intuition plays very big role to become good data scientist. And asking the right questions gives lot of value to it. And communications and engagement is the second most important, as we have to communicate with the technical teams as well as the customer and get the things done on time and engage them at the right places. And third most important thing is presentation skills. Data itself can give the insights into it, but if you make that into story, then everybody can understand a very easy way. So we should become a good storyteller. As a data scientist, everybody eagerly looking at us, what is it all about? So if you show them just numbers, it won't work. Or to tell a story to them about the data, what is it, what insights it has given. And to do that, we definitely need a creativity about how to do the things, and we should be business savvy, because in the time we have to decrease the time to go into the project, get insights on the huge data which is there. So definitely discovering certain patterns within the data and applying some algorithms, everything need business savviness of data scientist. Otherwise, it's gonna be a big failure from perspective of timeline. So if you are not savvy, business savvy, that is also going to affect you. So these are the five important criteria, or to say required skills to become very good data scientist successful. So now we'll see more into what is data science. Is it always related to big data, or beyond it some scope is there? Yes, it is many times related to big data, but it is not just big data. We can do it for normal data too. It is just simply getting insights into the past and predicting about the future. Whether big data is there or it is normal data, that is secondary. So beyond the relational data, click streams and machine data, beyond the structure we can imagine, beyond the data warehouse, where the Hadoop, MapReduce, NoSQL databases like Cassandra, MongoDB, and all this will come. And advanced analytics is one of the area where many things like online analytics, in-memory analytics, and dashboards, and so on. And also, the role of data analysis has expanded a lot. Okay, this is a small job description about the data scientist, what they are going to do. So, for example, Amazon is a very big online store. So if I have to work for Amazon, what could be my role as a data scientist? I have to take insights into marketing and insights team. Then I will focus on advertising and at right place and planning and getting the customers, getting the targeted exact customers. All these are part of the marketing. To whom I have to give the offers, to whom I have to give the vouchers. So to do this, we have to do certain things. So strategic planning and do the customer insights, targeted recommendations, and measurement and optimization of advertising. Okay, to do this, we are definitely give this work to a data scientist team who going to apply innovative approaches using the machine learning and statistical tools. Okay, what they are going to do? They will drive the advertising using optimization techniques, and also they will do recommendations and they do insights. These three things. And candidates should have good in equations and writing code. So with that note, data scientist is everything for a customer insights project. So starting with taking inputs and making the good presentations and all. So it is not just number crunching or not just reporting or presenting. It is everything we have to go through. So in a nutshell, what is data scientist is this. The partially statistician, partially an artist, who is going to do everything, every creative thing before customers, and a partially programmer and partially business savvy leader and process owners, interacting with everyone, getting good deal. So partially everything. So these 4 or 5 roles he has to play. The different hats. It is like that. One hat of scientist or statistician, one hat of artist, another hat is of programmer, another hat of leader who gonna take us to forward. So in another perspective of a data science is this, analyzing the analyzers. Okay. So who's the analyzers? Analyzers are the managers or a corporate team who's sitting at the back end analyzing their company. And data science team will do analysis for them. That's what they are going to do. So they have to think from the perspective of a big fat guys who are going to sit in the corporate house and run the show of whole company, right? So those are the analyzers, and we are analyzing as a data scientist, analyzing the data for them. So for this, we should have years of expertise in dealing with the data and academically we should be good, and all those skills whatever we have discussed till now. So these are 4 hats we have to wear always. So developer, researcher, creative, and business person. So which is not so easy, but if we, but we have to do it in a particular process in a way to achieve our goal. So this is the actual skill set, what to do, what not to do, what is the required and what is not required. Yeah. So if you see here, we have to manage structured data. Unstructured data, apply the machine learning and distributed concepts. And when it comes to the mathematical optimizations, math, graphical models, Bayesians, algorithms, and administration and back-end programming and front-end programming, you have to present them to user using visualizations, surveys, and data manipulations we have to do. So all these five different things are required. So this is overall graph of a data scientist. We have to be creative enough, developer and researcher and business person, right? With that quick thing, I'm going forward. So in the engineering way of doing it, you have to be first engineer, then manager, and a creative person. Data science is collaborative and creative process, and we should have so many skills. And most successful data scientists are those with deep expertise in one of the aspect of data science, any one of these five, be it statistics or big data or business communication. This is a glimpse of it. So for learning and training opportunities are there as a developers, as a software industry guys. So we can choose any one of the things. We can do it on our own or take a help of trainers or anything like that. So we have to learn and train ourselves and go into it. So from theory to practice, we do offer a projects on top of training and all. So this is one of the way to go from theory to practice as a data science person. So organization integration and going into competitions and internship law, all these things we can do. So data scientist is a long run process. Only to get into it will start with like 2 months or 3 months course, but it is very long term course. So if you see here, it will take 5 to 8 years to become. On an average, it may take 2 to 8 years, anywhere between. Okay, very few people can do within 6 months. So don't worry about seeing these statistics, because going into data science is different and becoming a very good data scientist is different. So we will become a data scientist after 2 years or 3 years, but we'll go into it. We have to get started somewhere. So that can be done within 6 months, right? So as we have seen, commitment, creativity, intuition, presentation skills, and business savviness will make you a great data scientist. Yes, with this, I'm concluding the today's session. Yes, and that's all from my side. If any questions, just ping me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.